Vishwas ji, I have carefully observed your signature and there are several interesting patterns visible in it. The most visible and noticeable features are your strong capital V, the connected flow of the letters, the overall forward movements, and the underline beneath the signature. These features give us the indication of your personality, confidence level, decision making style, relationship approach, strengths, weakness, and the way you project yourself in personal life. I will explain both of the positive challenges aspects of your signature, especially in the term of personality, career, money, marriage, and the relationship. At the end, I will also explain how you can make your signature look more balanced, professional, and progressive. The first thing I noticed in your capital V, your capital V is considerably larger and more expressive than the other letters. In the graphology, a prominent initial letter is often associated with self identity, confidence, ambition, and the desire to establish one's own identity, which shows that you are not someone who wants to remain unnoticed. You want to create your own destiny and you want your efforts to be recognized. You have the potential to take responsibility, and in the right circumstances, you can naturally take a leadership role. However, there is also a sensitive side to this. Your self respect can be quite strong. If someone ignores your contribution, disrespects you, or underestimates your abilities, you may not take it very lightly. So, your confidence is one of your biggest strengths, but you need to make sure that the confidence does not turn into excessive sensitivity or ego. Your large initial letters also indicates that your personality, identity, and the reputations are important to you. You want your hard work to produce visible results. Appreciation and recognition can significantly increase your motivations. But there is one more important lesson for you. Do not measure yourself only by how other people see you. Sometimes you may become more concerned about others people's opinion than your actual progress. Okay, so your focus should remain on your growth, skills, and achievements. Or mindset should be I don't need to prove myself to everyone. Okay, I only need to keep improving myself. Your letters are also connected and flow continuously. This indicates a tendency to connect different thoughts and situations together. You are capable of learning from your experiences and using previous experiences while making future decisions. Okay, this is a positive quality because it can give you good observation and practical thinking. However, the challenges side is overthinking. Sometimes you may continue thinking about a situation even after the decision has already made. Okay, so you may analyze what happened, what could have happened, and what might have happened this year. So, one important role for you should be think carefully, decide clearly, and then move forward. Once you have made a reasonable decision, don't repeatedly revisit the same situations mentally. The overall movement of your signature is toward the right. In graphology, Rightward movement is generally associated with future orientation, progress, communication, and willingness to move forward. This suggests that you have a natural desire to progress in life. Even when you face difficult periods, you have the ability to restart and look towards the future. But your biggest success factor will be consistency. You may have ambition and potential, but potential becomes achievement only when it is supported by disciplined action. Now, let's talk about the underline. Your signatures has a clear underline beneath it. Okay, this can symbolically represent self-confidence, self-support, protection, and the desire to establish one position. It suggests that you want to build your identity through your own efforts. You may not want to depend completely on the other people for your success. There is a desire to stand on your own feet and create your own position. So, one of the positive features is that your underline has an upward tendency rather than moving downward. This gives the signature a progressive appearance. Symbolically, it represents growth, ambition, optimism, and the desire to move upward in the life. Okay. Your journey may not always be completely smooth. Okay. There can be periods of slow progress and periods of faster progress. But your mindset should always be focused on maintaining an upward direction. Always remember, slow progress is still in progress. Okay. However, I would suggest one small correction. Your underline is quite prominent. Okay. If the underline becomes too heavy or aggressive, it can sometimes give the signature a feeling of excessive self-pressure or a strong need of validation. Therefore, you don't need multiple lines or very heavy strokes. Okay. For you, a single smooth and slightly rising underline would look more balanced and professional. So, I can also notice some small marks or dots beneath the signature. If these marks are naturally appear in your actual everyday signature, I would recommend removing these unnecessary dots or random strokes. Okay. A signature should ideally look clean, confident, and simple and repeatable. The cleaner the signature, the more professional it overall appears. Now, let me come to one of the most important areas, marriage and relationships. First, I want to clarify that a signature cannot scientifically or accurately determine the exact date of marriage. However, it can be a symbolical tool to discuss personality tendencies in relationship. So, your signature suggests that respect, loyalty, and emotional patience are very important to your relationship. Okay? So, your emotional connection, respect, and a sense of partnership. You can be quite committed once you genuinely accept someone into your life. But there is a challenging side. If you feel ignored, disrespected, you may become emotionally distant. Instead of immediately expressing what is hurting you, you say sometimes keep things inside you. Okay, so that can create unnecessarily misunderstandings. Therefore, your biggest relationship is advice. If something is bothering you, discuss it calmly instead of expecting your partner to automatically understand what you are feeling. Your positive leadership and relationship qualities include loyalty, responsibility, protective nature, seriousness towards commitment, desire for stability, respect for family, willingness to make effort for the relationship. When you are with a mature and respectful partner, you have the potential to build a stable and supportive relationship. Now let's discuss about the challenging side. Your main relationship challenges can be: first, express sorry means what I am telling is excessive self-respect. Okay, sometimes you make take things very personal. So second is wanting your partner, pointing your point to be understood, what you want to speak. Okay, you may find it difficult to accept something when you are strongly believe you are in right way. So third is holding your emotions side. Instead of immediately expressing your expressions or feelings, you may become quiet. Okay. Fourth is very high expectations. So you may expect the same level of loyalty and efforts from your partner that you are willing to give. And the fifth one is emotional distancing. If you trust or respect becoming an issue, you may create distance instead of immediately solving the problem. So the relationship lesson is flexibility is more powerful than ego. Okay. So not every disagreement needs to be won. Sometimes saving the relationship is more important than winning the argument. Then coming to your career, your signature shows a good combination of ambition and recognition oriented thinking. Okay. So you are likely to perform better in situations where you have responsibility and the opportunity to grow. So you may eventually become frustrated in an environment where there is no learning, recognition and progression. So your skill growth formula should be skill plus communication plus consistency. So if you continuously develop your skills and maintain consistency, your professional positions can become stronger over and over the time. Okay. So you should also avoid comparing your journey with other people's career. So your timeline is your own. So your signature shows ambition, but ambition should always be supported by financial discipline. So your focus should not only be on increasing income, it should also be on saving, planning, controlled spending and long-term financial stability. Avoid making financial decisions purely on emotion or short-term excitement. A disciplined financial approach can help you convert your ambition into real stability. Here, so if I have to identify one of the major strengths from your signature, I would say self-belief and the ability to restart. You have the potential to recover from setbacks and continue moving forward. So you should never allow a temporary failure to become a permanent belief about yourself. Your signature has a progressive quality, but you need to activate the potential through consistent actions. Your biggest weakness may be overthinking, self-pressure and high expectations. So you can set high standards for yourself. When results are delayed, frustrations can build up. So sometimes you may look at the people progress and feel that you should already be a future ahead. You need to avoid the comparison. Your real competition should be your previous version of yourself. Now I will give some practical corrections. If you want your signature to look more balanced, professional, confident and progressive, I would suggest these challenges. Keep the capital V prominent. Your V should remain noticeable, but it should not become large compared with the rest of the signature. Keep the letters readable. The words Vishwas should remain reasonably recognizable. So remove unnecessary dots and random marks. Keep the signature clean and simple. Use one smooth underline. Avoid the multiple underlines. Okay. A single, clean, slightly rising underline is preferable. So finish the signature upward. The final stroke can have a suitable upward movement rather than the ending sharply downwards. Okay. So keep the signature consistent. The most important thing is that you should be able to reproduce the same signature naturally every time. Don't make the signature unnecessarily complicated. So recommended signature is for you, I would recommend a signature structure like a Vishwas with a confident but with capital V. Okay, smooth connected letters, good forward movement, clear readability, one single rising underline, a clear upward finishing stroke, no unnecessary dot or random marks. This the purpose of the signature make the signature complicated. The purpose is to make it clean, confident, balanced, and consistent. So, my final conclusion is, Vishwasji, if I summarize your complete signature reading in one statement, so you have ambition, self-respect, individuality, recognition, oriented thinking, and the potential to move forward in life. So, your strongest qualities are your self-belief, responsibility, and the ability to restart after setbacks. Your main challenges are overthinking, self-pressure, high expectations, and sometimes taking things very personally. Okay. In marriage and relationship respects, and the loyalty will be extremely important for you. Your biggest relationship lesson will be communicated instead of assuming. In career, focus on. So skill plus communication plus consistency is finances focus on. Here, income plus saving plus discipline, and in your signature focus on. So overall, Vishwasji, your signature carries good progressive in potential. You don't need to completely change your personality. You simply need to change channel your existing strengths in the right direction, and that is why is where your real growth can begin. Thank you, Vishwas ji. Jai Shri Krishna. Radhe Radhe.